Yay! Wood elf for no reason. Looked like we got Underworld with the Wiz in defense. Wood elf has the fame. I think that's a bit better. Oh, and Wizard and the Skidder. So potentially Skidder hit? Why are you protecting Strip Ball more than Skidder? I didn't even see the cat has tackle. Rowdy. It could be annoying if he wins. That's a blank lineman. You only got. Why are you not? Ooh. Could you? Guess we're afraid of the tackle. There's no guard. I think you could have used one of the war dancers on the line if you wanted to. Just keep the other one central. And I think I better like the hit on the guard goblin, to be honest. And the guard goblin hadn't been anything anyway. Duck to the duck. He's got so much guard he doesn't know what to do with him. I don't know. I don't have. Maybe I can. Sometimes I can get back and see it. I don't know. I don't know. I will. To be fair, do we want to be on offense with any of them? I really don't hope it's the Wood Elf. If Wood Elf has decidedly started to be an offense, I would be quite surprised. So I'll take it. It's Capryon winning the toss and saying he's that one start on defense. But it is. And we're almost back where we were before. Was that a handoff or a pass? Oh, it's just a handoff. I think I've been trying to get that. I think I've been gambling that, but that's just me. 13 is so much better number than 12. If you want to get the ball down there. Dirty player does a thing. It's the marginal skill day. A weekend. Yep. Odell down. Odell down. He does have 2 players. And that's just a badly hurt. It's not like how I'm doing it. And dog to the dog, it was Capryon winning the kickoff and choosing to start on defense. I got it confirmed for the man himself. Because like I said, like you really rarely want to start an offense with Elves. I only get 2 though, but yeah. My problem is still it was my good players dying. This is a bit shit. I'm so jealous in those 4 guards. Oh, is it only 3 now? Is it 3 of... Yeah, 4 guards. I'm so jealous.
And there was much rejoicing.
Oh, I see, bro. How did the Nooms game go? And it deserves a
And there was
rejoicing
much
more.
rejoicing.
What? It's 2 guards skipped. So I've rolled in all my games on my Wood Elf team. I rolled 3 double. One of them I actually took movement over block on my tree because I don't really want to block with my tree. Besides, if I have to, and I better like just getting up than getting down, and not getting anywhere. And then I rolled a mighty blow on a war dancer first skill, which I took because it was literally my first skill. And then on the guard off, that now got minus AV on. That's the only 3 doubles in all my skill subs. He got more doubles alive than I had in my over 26 games. That's crazy. I'm not sure I'm digging the movement 9 too much, but hey ho. Yeah, they just because of the get up roll, yeah. I'm fine with the tree going down if it can just get up again. And yeah, PC will be back if somebody is missing his beautiful voice. He's just checking on the family. So all Underworlds are still there. Big Oomph is staying down. It was not a blitz, right? Tell me it was not a blitz, it was not a blitz. That's just mental. We should surely chip at guard now. Thing is, you probably really want to chip that guard catcher, but then you need to move too much to that side. So actually, you could claw palm instead. 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't hate going for the mighty blow palm on the liner with guard and just getting rid of a guard. I think that will be mine. 4, 5, 6, 7. Hope to palm it. Move a bit to this side. Get the tackle nice and central. Nope. Not what's gonna happen. Okay, so 3 dicing the catch. I don't hate it. My only problem with this is the tackle is getting awful out of balance. But it is movement plus, so it's 8, so it's not too bad. They can get back again, so we'll take it a turn. Now one of those need to go to the side. Ooh. Pick and mix. And nothing. So if Gunner won it, there's plenty space up right now. Oh. That's it. But badly hurt again. Shaking my fist of this game. But now we're down to 10 with Elves. And 3 guards. That little dirty player's been doing good work. So, linemen, move up, stay around, then you snipe Skidder. Does look like he's going to go for it. Now it kind of looked like he's going to blitz the claw palming thing. I'm not sure I like the strategy. Like, the Claw Palmer is not that good against this team. And it's armor 8. Why not go against the good squishy pieces? So we're going... but I do like Capryon's... his 3 die... Appreciate the guard pieces, I do like. I might go for trying to claw pump the tree now, just because. Naturally armor break. Oh, and nothing. It didn't even need claw. It was natural armor break. It was even more fun. Who needs claw? Just roll 11. But it is done, and it's not going to be a part of this drive anymore. I'm not sure I like it. That tree is not really hurting anything. Yeah, it's 99%, so always too much commitment. Now one of your throwers getting hit. But armor 7 is fine for both. I don't even hate him to try to get rid of the kick player now. If it's left up alone in front. I don't even hate that. But it's no way they would have scoring. But you might need to at least force him to think about it. Jesus, there's a lot of juicy targets now. How much? Oh, and that's somebody you can foul. Nope. Reroll gone. want to protect his war dancer. Oh, so many juicy targets. So little time. I think you need to send somebody forward.
It's a question, isn't it, of what you want to do with the Underwhelm here.
Yeah.
Do you want to try? I mean, you're not going to be able to stop all of these scoring threats.
No.
So is it about trying to chip a dancer, or is it about putting some genuine pressure in the backfield and making them make the move forwards with the ball? I mean, I suggest you've got to do that. He's left you a route clear, so something has to go and, you know, at least stare hard at the ball.
Yeah, I think so.
So that the ball starts to move, or at least be more of a concern to him.
Yeah, because if the moves stay like, I don't think I will not pay too much attention to the front players, because there's no way he's going to score in turn 6 anyway.
Yeah, you need to keep something sort of thereabouts to keep them honest, so that they don't get the ball up that far and then manage to stall out.
Yeah.
But it's perhaps not where your hitting needs to go. You can probably afford to just try and chip a piece with the hitting, as long as enough goes forwards. And I'm not sure that's ideal. I mean, I know that, you know, you perhaps want to keep Skitter in the midfield area so it can be responsive, but I think Skitter heading forwards wasn't a bad shout.
No, it's a good threat just because of the stab, at least.
Or providing the you know, the assist on taking out the dancer by the halfway line, the one that's move 8. Because again, Skitter then would be central sort of midfield area. Okay, does look like he's going to try that. And of course, the good thing about getting the tree down, it was an overcommitment to do it, but now you can abandon tree.
Yes. And it was funny because we got a natural hit on the natural armor break on the tree as well. And then absolutely brilliant.
Yes, and then
nothing.
It was already stunned, and then they decided to foul it again, didn't they?
No, did he foul it as well?
I thought he had. Okay.
No, I think he just palmed it.
No, I was just sort of settling back in as that was happening. Right. Yeah. Oh, so it was a palm, I see.
And that makes sense because it was a natural armor break. Why not palm it?
No harm. And also because you know it's not getting back up, it can't get worse than a stun. As a result for the Underworld, I mean. Yeah. So it's not getting back up, so you can afford to start that turn on the ground.
Yeah.
So he went for an interesting chip there. It's sort of half and half. We went for the guard piece, which is a reasonable target.
It's a good target. It's a defenseless guard, and
it's put the 3 on the line under some pressure if they're trying to receive the ball.
Yeah.
And it's put something between the ball and each of the dancers, which is obviously a key outlet. If the Wood Elves get the ball to a dancer, it's always good for them. But we're still not seeing any threat forwards yet.
Yeah, that's Skitter.
Yeah, Skitter's sort of a threat forwards, but
now there's the 2
I'd have liked that that thrower that moved towards the end to have gone a couple more spaces forwards.
Yeah, but he's thinking
just sort of without re-rolls, without go for it, it could cover the whole pitch if it went 2 spaces forwards from there. And I think that would have been as useful.
Yeah, that's like I don't mind him trying to chip the defenseless guarders. It makes absolute sense. It's a good target and there's nothing protecting them. I am jealous on the 4 guard on the Wood Elf team. I will admit.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
And he apparently even turned down some even more doubles, just to make it even worse for me. I couldn't.
Yeah, there comes a point at which it's perhaps a little too much, and is it all punching its TV? I think you can use it better on a team like Dark Elves or High Elves, where you've got the armor that can back it up a bit, and you can afford to sometimes spend a few turns brawling.
But yeah,
on Wood Elves, though, I mean, it's very much about using the scalpel, isn't it?
Mm.
And 4 guard feels like you'll always have one available, but you're never probably going to be using all 4. You're not going to advance as a wall at any point. There's no matchup where you get to be the dwarves. You're always going to be the elves.
It's interesting.
But very hard to sack something with that much guard, of course. So it was enough threat that we saw the ball move forwards, which is good. But it means we're going to get a game here.
But he needs to go for it to get out of Skitter. That's crazy.
Yeah, and is there enough backfield pressure? I'm not sure.
That's a
I
strip
think this
ball
is
as well. By the way, I love both the guard and the strip ball goblins. That's an amazing combination.
It is
That's
truly deeply evil.
but he needs to do a lot more. Otherwise, this is just 3+ for 2 dice with strip ball, and then something. There's a lot of pieces that can retrieve that ball as well. Both the throwers and Skitter can get back to that ball if they get it free.
Yes, yeah, I mean, there probably is just enough back there. I mean, it's the 2 goblins that really make this play beautiful, because it's a threat you don't necessarily expect.
Have you tried to stand up?
The thrower can get there, I mean, both of them, but it's GFIs. I'd have thought probably Skitter
but
is the player. You push it back up away from the touchdown.
and see how it goes.
See how it goes. You know, see what options you get.
Oh, Flaky. It's going pretty well. It's a bit of a potato going on here.
Oh, this is full-on potato, isn't it?
It doesn't get more potato than that. You're probably right.
I mean, he said that he's got sidestep, so even the strip will be to a position of his choosing. But it's still.
I like Capryon's actually that combination with the troll names. That Garda had a shit ton of dice to roll to get anywhere.
It's still a 1 in 9 fail for a single dice of strip ball, isn't it?
But it will be 2 dice because you got the Garda. It just moves down. No. Okay. Why?
Oh, of course, yes, because it was a catchy. It was 2 dice.
Really?
So it was a little strength 2 thing.
Oh,
yeah, I
it's
think
a
that was a little.
It's a sidestepper though. I can see why.
It's the sidestep probably worried him, putting the ball down where he wanted. This way he can definitely get to it. Skitter's there without go for it, for example.
But now he needs to blitz the strip ball tackle piece. I think.
The thrower can get there with 2 go for it, but I mean, then where would you throw it to?
But what you do is you put the thrower down right and get it with Skitter and use Skitter to get it to the thrower.
Yeah, I think that's probably the idea. Get some sort of cage around it. If the troll activates, and then you've got 2 goblins that can come, and there's another thrower that can get involved too. There's plenty you can get around there. Yeah, there we go. It's a nice position for the guard.
Problem getting Skitter back is you need to keep some line rat forward then, so you have something that can score. Otherwise, the Wood Elf can just abandon stopping.
Yeah, there's a line rat and a goblin, and there's 2 Skaven line rats up there that aren't doing much. They can both get involved.
Yeah, but some of them probably need to get involved forward.
Oh, I don't like that. You don't need to base elves. You need to protect your ball. That elf will just be gone. Even a 3+, 2+ with dodge is not difficult.
If it needs to catcher, so that's really no. It's Wood Elf offensive drive. Just got wizard.
Only a wizard knockdown as well, and even an armor break.
Had been
so it's really important that this goes quite well. And that went well.
Yeah, and now there's at least tackle on 1 player. But it's again the problem with Underworld. Again, here you have that's 1 guard, 1 tackle. It's the same with Dalibor's Underworld team. It's really running a thin line, isn't it? Just the unlucky cheaper 2, and you have nothing.
Well, again, I mean, you don't want to be in the pack sort of mauling it out, do you? You want to be fast and loose and chipping pieces around the edges. But it still doesn't feel enough. I mean, every team is going to have to occasionally go toe-to-toe, even if it's only to defend their own cage or ball situation.
And now we're missing that.
And it does leave them very, very short.
Again,
it's a rowdy troll, but you know, you'd love to see guards squeezed on top of the block and claw.
I'm starting to don't like block and big guys just because you mainly want to use them. And the claw is the same problem.
Yes, it's more temptation to roll dice with them, which you shouldn't do if you can avoid it.
This seems just wrong. Like the thrower should definitely have been back, and then you should have handed it off to the thrower to get it on strings 3 block, right?
It feels that way to me. At least with the guard covering the elf there, it's very hard to perceive that it's going to be easy to get.
It's good.
No,
The
you just
problem is just
dodge out, don't you? There's no diving tackle or anything. So it's
I-
a 2+ with dodge to get 2 dice on the ball, which is not great. Did he even need that? Yes, of course, because it's a catcher. So now it's 2 dice.
yeah. If you dodge out and dodge in again, Ski dice has prehensile tail, so that's not just a given. Actually,
I mean, you can also come with a dancer, because of course they can go wherever they choose.
and that's just more
Because they're
dice.
annoying. But it's more dice. But then, of course, you've got the catcher to pick up with afterwards.
And I didn't say block on big guys are bad. It just leave you insensitive to actually use them. Where a passive, like a troll, a tentacle guard stand firm troll, is just doing his job by just being there. Oh, printer tail, no problem. Can he?
Yes, when people invest in their big guys, it shows they want to and have to use their big guys. It's interesting. Is this not the blitz, or am I just not seeing the animation on my screen?
It's dead 3+.
Was the blitz?
Ooh, gets it. But it needs to be the right scatter. Can he even?
It does, because now there's only 1 dancer keeping 2 rats safe.
Oh,
Ah,
that catch is a little bit. It's nice catching it, but it's really not nice catching it.
well, it's not brilliant for either player, to be honest, is it?
And tackle.
It's a position you can see it getting lost fairly easily.
Yeah, because
But
now
also, it's
tackle is
not in a
free.
position where the rats can easily retrieve it, and certainly it's not in a position where the elves can call it safe. So, game on. And with that dancer failing, they definitely have outs if they can get the ball on the ground.
Yeah, the scatter catch backfires a bit potentially. He might also just have the ball and score with him because he needs it down. And even if get down, something else might catch it. But at least the rat does have sure hands for them. So even
And the problem is that the guard goblin has got tackle on him.
Oh, wait a second.
Which is slightly problematic.
Yeah, but we got... Yeah, but if it goes down, you do have extra arms, you do have big hands potentially, depending on the scatter, that can get into the action.
And I don't hate the... no, it's very difficult to make it more than 1 dice.
No, guard... Oh, yeah, it is actually. I was about to say guard goblin just blocks, but the other one is guard.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can make it 2 dice. It's straight up 2 dice, but because you only have 1 guard, then you need to dodge away from tackle. That's not happening. So the only way... Why are you moving your retrieval pieces? Capryon.
He's showing he has a scoring threat. He thinks he's going to be able to get this ball. Now I don't know how he keeps it safe, but he may be right.
Oh, wait a second. There was a strip ball goblin. I totally forgot that as well.
Yeah, it was. And now he's still got his blitz to try and do more, but
yeah,
it's at the moment not in a good position. I'm a bit confused as to why he pushed towards the sideline.
It's sidestep as well.
Of course, it's another sidestep, so it was a choice.
So what? You kind of need to do the ball
bingo? No, it wasn't. He pushed it towards the sideline.
Wasn't he? Must have used sidestep.
Am I clicking on the wrong piece? Yes, I must be.
Yeah, both catches are there sidestep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's been interesting. At least there's some kind of planning what's going on. It's still pretty interesting. Which one are you blitzing with your tackle now? I don't really think you can risk the sidestep. Guard up moving again. I think you need to hit the leader piece. You also really want to get rid of that leader for second half.
Yeah, it's always a good chip.
And you can use it's a 4+ hit. So it's also a better hit.
Yeah, I would bounce this ball,
but you're not bouncing it
no,
or
you can't. No, at least you're removing it.
And because you've got big hands, if you are alright with that? And you've got 2 heads, so you can, and you've got rerolls, so you can dodge into the ball. That's fine. I don't hate that. I will put the wrestle piece in front.
Yeah.
I think I will have
If you've
been
got those skills, you have to take it. No, I don't hate that.
No, but that's fine.
It's very safe. If this fails, there's safety in all directional scatters, which is good.
Need to use the
And
reroll.
it does fail.
Nope. Reroll.
Boom, gets there.
But do you then do the 2+ now? Or do you just say, come and get it?
I think you stay exactly where you are. You say, come get me.
Are you sure?
Yes.
The Warpstoners isn't that square. And it's a Garter, it's just straight up 1 dice. And you can easily make it a straight up 2 dice to the sideline. But on the other hand, if he goes forward,
Yeah, but if the War Dancer comes, any kind of fail gives you a score here.
Yeah, and a serve
So
on
I
the
think,
War Dancer.
and if heading forwards, you can't make it safer than it was.
Yeah, it's slightly, it's only 1 dice, now it's 2 dice. It's slightly safer 1 square forward. Oh.
Yes, it probably is slightly safer 1 square forward.
But
That
that's
doesn't
not.
help, though.
And War Dancer needs to get away. War Dancer cannot stay. Oh, there's no reroll for the. Okay, I'm staying. That's fine. I think it's all right. Even a scat. No, you. I think you should make that 2+ get away if it was not a go for it.
Oh yeah.
To make it 1 dice instead of making 2 dice, and 2 dice with some really tasty scatter options for Wood Elf as well.
Yeah. No, you're right. He should have taken that 1 extra dodge.
But now it's really...
the fail state on that was terrible too.
Yeah,
it was throw the ball almost certainly out forwards.
No doubt. I'm not saying that, but if it's a 2+ to avoid that, a 4+ with reroll to make it into just a 4+, that seems alright. In my limited view.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying that the fail state on it's very, very bad.
Yeah, it's...
Although you're right, the angle he came from and the way he cancelled the assist from the other side first meant that he could do it at an angle which gave him lots of nice bounce patterns when he hit the ball. So yeah, maybe that extra dodge, despite the lack of reroll, was definitely worth trying.
So Wrestle is free to hit the War Dancer now. Can you get an assist on that though? Not with that first block. Okay, that's fine. So you just create the opening the other way, and then the War Dancer, if your handoff works, then it doesn't really matter. Pylon!
There's absolutely no reason not to.
Yeah, that's only the failure state. If your handoff doesn't work, then it's
definitely not gonna fail back.
Yeah, the only thing to not doing is if you fail your 2+ dodge out. Or fail your handoff, the catch.
But there's no turn left for the Elves.
Oh shit, isn't it? No, you're right.
So there's literally there's nothing that can go wrong there.
But why are we then? Okay, I guess
quite nice.
Yeah, that's fine. But he doesn't use his sidestep because he's not stupid.
Yeah, of course.
But why are we
doesn't
moving?
Actually help much, but
no, that's making it harder. He shouldn't have done that because now it's a 3+2+ away. That's terrible.
That is bad.
That is the definition of bad. It does mean he missed a 2+ in the other end, but it's still worse.
It's the evilness of choosable skills, isn't it? If he had to sidestep there, it would have been fine. But the fact he didn't have to meant he could retain the ball contact. But
he still makes
boom, makes it.
Boom shakalaka.
Well, I didn't like how the Wood Elves, when they attacked, allowed their attack to get, I think, just a bit too separated from the ball. There was nowhere in midfield for the ball to comfortably arrive to.
No,
where it didn't have a lot of support. So it did end up a complete potato down the side, which didn't actually look safe. I think the Wood Elves needed to put a bit more effort into creating a proper pocket to get the ball forward into. And they perhaps slightly overcommitted to one side, which the Underworld made them steer clear of with reasonable cover patterns. These are not just a stop, but a turnover TD. So the Wood Elves in big trouble here. Also now quite down on numbers. The KOs did not come back to a flat out still. And that's the leader thrower gone, which means they're a re-roll down. And the slow, terrible lineman. And of course, a rookie lineman out. And the guard catcher gone. So, yeah, a bit thin Elf side. 8's still plenty. And they're still capable of causing problems. You know, a tree and 2 guards on the line isn't casual for anybody. Skitter, of course, will get a free stab in. That's a no-fail. I mean, it can fail, but there's no bad side to it failing.
Yeah,
it's one of the few things in Blood Bowl where there's no downside to it going wrong.
I don't mind the thing with like sending players down deep to try to split up the opponent, but I do prefer to keep the ball in like kind of a group and move that around instead of just sending stuff alone.
I don't know why we're still trying to take this tree on. It seems a foolish enterprise to me, but there we are.
We want the 2 guard, I guess. But we can do that without.
Yeah, you do, but there's plenty of ways of setting that up that doesn't involve you ending up having to fight a tree. But I guess the troll has claw, and with 2 assists, it has the strength to fight the tree.
Yeah, and if that dude is going to do anything in this game, it is the tree.
I mean, you certainly want him on the tree, but
Yeah.
I think there are ways of setting it up so to leave him on the tree and nothing else.
And I don't particularly think that putting the 2 guarder does any absolutely thing. I'll probably have to put 1, because it's the worst players he has, so he probably had to put 1 of them up. But
yeah.
And me hate tree. Me need punch tree. Tree's bad. But he did gang up.
Well, trees are bad. Don't listen to hippies. Trees are terrible things.
Trees are the evil. Trees are the evil.
If hippies had ever spent less time climbing up trees and more time playing Blood Bowl, they wouldn't want to go and climb up trees or stop the bulldozers. They'd agree that concrete should be everywhere. So a very spicy kick right up into the corner. You love seeing this as Elves. It creates all sorts of problems. Turn ordering really, really key. I was surprised. At that point, I would probably have bailed out of using Skitter just to put a bigger screen in front of this ball collection area.
Yeah, but what I
because
probably...
it's very spicy, and at the moment you're winning. So again, it's like the game we looked at last. If you're winning, or if you're not winning, it should change your thought pattern.
But it's
and here, because you are winning, you just need to make sure you don't not win suddenly. The bad things don't happen.
Yeah, it's not too bad because of the next block will be forward anyway. Then if you fail, and then the rest will hide you. But I have no clue why the tackle Mighty Blow is standing on the tree. It should have been in the back, so it could blitz with it instead. And it could tackle Mighty Blow could not run forward and blitz and run back again. That's no reason for that to be so bad.
I can't give you a good reason, so...
And if the would have
that's all I can say to that.
And if the would have run had gotten a blitz, that fucking Mayo 8 is your lifesaver. No, we're blitzing the tree, we're not even clawing it with the troll. Why does that troll have block?
And it works, of course. Because claw destroys everything, even trees. And hopes, and dreams, and marriages.
But still,
no
like
one
again,
thinks of the children. I mean, the advantage of that is he can now shove his troll up in some elf faces and try and create the 1 in 36s.
Yeah, but then why?
You don't think that's actually going to happen, is it? So
then it should have been having a guard tentacles. If you're not going to block with it anyway, then keep it fucking guard and tentacles.
Then it does have 2 ridiculous redundant skills.
If you're not blocking a tree with it, what is it here for? I don't understand.
Well, that they go and stand ineffectually in the face of 1 elf. And I don't understand how you don't see the value in that.
Especially because he's going to gang out one of those gather in second.
That's 160 TV of big guy standing in the face and ineffectively marking a 70k lineman. I don't see the problem at all. I think you're crazy.
do like he's not afraid for using his goblin, Dirty Black Goblin. Like it. Everything is better than a Dirty Black Goblin. Get it in there. Get it working. Ever going to see a foul on a card company? Oh no. I don't. Actually, I don't even need. I don't think you need to put Dirty Black on it. If it's a skillless goblin, it's fine to jump. That's my, especially on a guard wood elf. But when I played my league team, I did also stack it up to like 15 and 16 players, and was just fouling. Come on, slow pump. There's so many skills in this game that's not getting used.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a theme of this first round. If I could write a letter to all challenge entrants, it would be, have a look at your team and the skills that your players have, and then try and consider ways those might be effective on the pitch.
Why are you not following up and claw pumping and pumping that guard piece? There's absolutely no threat. Even if he gang fouls you, you're probably happy with that. Because then then you know where all the wood elves are. Then you just come to them and kill them.
Particularly when you are facing this view. You don't need to activate your troll, you're already one up, you don't even need to pressure the score till late in the half. Just form a nice big bunker, try and chip an elf. And as you said, if they want to foul back, let them, that's fine.
More likely
they want to come leaping in, just make sure it's in a good defensive position. It's not hard.
But it's about to... It's about to say, I'm not even surprised, but it looked like it's about to make it not that hard to leave in.
Well, this is terrible so far.
Yeah, it's 2 players. You can come in from the back and then push it forward.
Yeah, unfortunately this is very easy to cancel what limited assists they are and get in on it.
And then
so
the ball
that's
scatters
not
to
ideal.
a free square. Can you more dance around? Oh, you can even go to that. No. What are we doing here?
Yeah, I don't think this is the right angle of approach, is it?
Who are we hitting? Skidder. What is going on here? You should the war dancer is fine. Then you need one of the other catcher to run.
Has he just made a mistake as to who's got the ball?
I think so. Yeah, Cage with 9.
Or was one die on Skitter always the plan? This is terrible.
Yeah, you had the square you could hit from was the one behind. So you needed one.
You needed to cancel the troll. You needed one around the back to cancel the 2 rats, and then you leap in.
But it's a bit problem.
Which admittedly was a problem. Yeah, well, I mean, cancelling the troll is possible, but ideally that was the square you wanted to leap from. So you perhaps came in, ran from the other side. The dancer that finally cancelled over that side.
Yeah, it could have
should perhaps have been the one that leapt in.
It could have been done.
I mean, so it was possible to get in and get 1 dice, but it did require 2 elves at risk to do it. But we still put elves at risk, and hence lost 1, and that was simply just awful.
Yeah, that was not going to do anything. It looks like I'm going to play Underworld.
It's like my rule of fighting. Obviously, don't fight, but if you do fight, win. And it's similar with elves. Don't attack the cage, but if you do attack the cage, do it with everything and do it well. and always attack the ball. Get something of value. That was a huge amount of risk for just no gain. Hence, I think it had to be a mistake in reading where the ball was, and he thought the thrower in front had the ball, which still, once he got in, would have been a better target. But I understand why he
And
tried
yeah,
to
what's
chip
he
skills
saving
out.
Apple for? You'll probably use the Apple on that KO ward answer. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you and I definitely would. But
And
I
Wayne
don't know,
will.
perhaps it's a lack of Chalice experience.
Yeah, I think it's his first. It's a gunner. It's what is he called in Twitch? He's called something else. Oh, is he called gunner as well in chat? I'm pretty sure he might. No, he is called gunner. He's watching some of the streamers. I think it's his first challenge team. So
Well, I mean, I hope obviously he's an Arsenal fan and hence a quality human being. With that,
I swear he's been in. He's not a regular. Let's be that way. I think he was saying it was his first. It's one of his first. He was definitely. He stopped playing his Wood Elf because he thought they were in. Even if he probably
Right.
also should have played them some more.
Yeah, these should have been developed a little more.
And he
really could have used another body on the bench and a couple more skills on the field would have really helped.
But he had the time to play more. It was not like some Danish idiot that decided first to play in the end of when he was out of time.
Yeah, I mean, I did the same, except I didn't decide I was going to waste 4 days of my life qualifying for a chalice.
No, he's not going to a cage with 9 because that would be too good. We need to leave something on.
Although I never do this thing where people just endlessly rinse and repeat teams. I've had a couple of where I've thrown away 2-game and 3-game old teams. But this, do 5 teams to 30 games. I mean, oh my goodness, can you imagine?
But it's also, yeah, I do find fouling is also a bit better on tabletop where you have argue the call as well. I don't mind as Underworld gang fouling, especially on defense, picking out players outside of the activity play.
You should have. Yeah, you should have built to the point where you've got the numbers to do that. And if you're not, particularly if you're not losing the numbers through attrition, then you can afford to lose them yourself.
Yeah, and then
because your game plan should involve your numbers continuously dwindling during drives.
Where your defense drive is mainly just trying to pick off weak pieces, so it's getting easier.
Yeah.
When you then.
Although if you get a chance at the stop like he did, I advocate don't let people score. It's a great way to make sure that you don't lose.
No, then you cannot play 1-1.
I still think you can stop people scoring, and that is better. And I will go to my grave thinking there's a way I want to play the game. I don't care what spreadsheets always say.
I do. My favorite result is actually 1-0. Not 2-0. 1-0 is the most beautiful thing.
I think so. A good stop followed by a lovely drive.
It's good stop. Good stop when you turn Mo and just spend your whole drive not doing anything and waiting for them to do something. That's also beautiful.
That's nice too. Which is just another form of not playing Blood Bowl, but it's not playing Blood Bowl. It's playing Blood Bowl to win.
The troll haven't blocked the tree one single time. He blocked the tree twice with a.
Okay, this is. So this time we're coming for it, but we're not bothering to.
That's a guard. He needs to go around the back. But again, I'm pretty sure he could have tried around the back.
Yeah, absolutely. Your Wood Elves, that should be what you do. This should be your bread and butter, is crafting better chances than he has, no matter how light you are on Elves. Although it's over now with both the dancers.
So 3+, it was 3+2+. I think he could probably have dashed around and leaped in for the back instead.
I absolutely think he could have done. I mean, you didn't even need to get the dancer around the back. The dancer could have gone up the sideline past the goblin.
Oh,
and then leapt from there to get into the back.
Yeah, and the other
to cancel at the back, you just needed the side step elf in the midfield to go 3+2+, and you can do it early turn, which isn't a terrible fail state.
No.
And then it's just a 3+3+ to get your dancer in position, and you've got 1 dice on the ball, which has a much better chance of doing something, much less chance of injuring your dancer.
Did he use the apple on the dancer? No. Nope. What is the apple for? I'm not sure anymore. And no, it's the funny
decorative.
thing. The
Certainly not for trying to win the game, because all of these elves are dead now. So
yeah, it's the funny fact with the troll is it hasn't hit the tree one single time. It's been the tall bombing blitzer that hit it twice now, and second time killed it.
Well, look, I'm an advocate of your troll not doing very much, but this
then
this
don't
troll
give
has
it blood
taken that
claw.
to an art form. This troll has done absolutely nothing all game.
And saying that,
This troll's like a Tory minister. It's just sitting there earning money, doing nothing.
and saying that troll is probably going to kill my tree now, right?
Well, I mean, I think for you this is the worst team to be facing because they've been occasionally somewhat competently coached.
Yeah, Capryon is good.
Whereas the Wood Elves, not. I mean, again, it's nice for him that he's got to the chalice. And if he comes again, he should have a think about trying to coach well.
Getting
it's a change in the risk-reward profiles as well from competitive ladder play. As I said, if you lose, you lose. And everyone's dead. So there is no harm in sometimes trying slightly riskier stuff than we've seen from the Wood Elves this half, but also in just crafting better chances.
Oh! No. So, but it must be lovely being able to just sit around and advise for 6 weeks and then turning up to a press conference and say, "Who could have thought about this will happen?" Oh dear. Does he? No. I will normally advocate for actually just going to 2-0, but with the amount of chaos and little players on the field, it's probably fine just stalling.
Yeah, I don't like stalling there, but yeah.
No, but in like the concept of stalling, not actually.
Presumably, we're kicking this elf in the face.
Yeah, there's nothing.
I mean, it's harmless, but we should anyway, just because we should. It's an elf; it should die.
What's a tackle elf? It's a bad elf.
They're all bad elves.
No.
Even the ones that pretend they're all bad elves. Core, you haven't learned. They've got hate in their hearts. Good, we are fouling it.
And finally getting sent off.
A completely irrelevant, non-SPP generating event happening to a team that's already dead and has no future. From a team that's already in the next round. And to whom that player was irrelevant and harmless. Fantastic. That's the sort of Blood Bowl I love to see.
To be fair, it's the tackle piece is potentially that piece.
Yeah, absolutely. You can always justify it on the grounds that, well, if it had rolled 3 6s, it might have killed something I liked.
But, oh, come on.
Here we go. Let's get proper elfy.
Nope. Could we please stall in a proper square next turn?
Yeah, I said I didn't like stalling there. I also hated the cage he didn't build.
Which cage?
Other than that, it was good.
Yeah, come on, just 9 men around the ball. No, why are we doing this? Okay, at least put 9 men around
you
the
can
ball.
literally, because they've got no leapers left, you can just go in the corner and build a wall that they cannot get through.
Yeah, that's how.
You don't even have to give them 6s. You can give them nothing. You can give them no option.
Yeah, I prefer that option. It is my favorite.
Yeah, me too, because it's absolutely 100% safe. And in
Is
Blood Bowl,
that
that's
the
such
only
a beautiful and rare thing. This is terrible. Why are you doing
No,
this?
it's about to be alright. If you actually had put those 2 players, you could have walled those in, so they couldn't get around. If you put the tackle in the square, if you just made a line out, if you make like a F shape, like it's not an F shape, but
yeah, but you need one more assist in there to really make the dodge in difficult, because there is an elf down by the troll that could have got there.
He could just have stayed on the front. He could make a shape so they couldn't get around. He could literally just, instead of caging himself in, he could literally almost cage the 2
walls, yes, which are stronger than walls with holes. Because ridiculous dodges happen at least 1 in 6 of the time.
6, 7, 8, 9.
But there we go. No harm was done.
There must be somebody who can hand off that ball to.
Now, look, please, just run the fuck away to the other corner and, hand off to someone that wants to score better. No, don't. Why there? Why stay? Why be near any elves while you do that?
Again, we got it 3+, now it's 3+, 2+, 6+ to hit with the Garda. No, we didn't.
He's
We
he's
didn't
not
even
going to
try.
try. Didn't even try, and of course not.
And,
And then he goes over to the corner where he should have been to score. There's an irony score there. I think points for irony. Not necessarily for coaching, but for irony.
Yes.
Well, another joyful feast of Blood Bowl. There you are. If things are tough, you can expect Capryon to ease up a bit and still give you some shots you otherwise shouldn't have.
And why
which is useful.
Guess that piece is closer to skilling up again. It's not totally bad player to score with. Your strip baller
Yeah, I'm
could
not wrong, dog to the dog. Well, am I? That was perhaps the first ironic touchdown we've seen for, well, certainly in this chalice.
I'm just pointing out that his strip ball piece could have gotten two heads to go with that strip ball instead, which potentially could have been a lot nicer.
Yeah, why build your pieces to be useful?
And his guard goblin could have gotten a TD away from a skill. That seems more
Look,
useful.
I think Underwhelm are so hard to keep alive to the point where you're putting anything even vaguely competitive into whatever you're trying to build them for, that I'm not going to criticise anyone for whatever state the Underwhelm get to the chalice in. I think that's fair.
Yeah, but but handing off and getting two heads of that strip baller against my team.
I mean, you're absolutely right. For 1-0 to go to 2-0, you should hand off to something useful. You should score on the right elf.
Yeah, especially like I don't have sure hands or anything. Like, why not freaking get that two heads?
It was much more important to score in the corner, like in a rugby international, and then probably to run around the living room doing a shirt copter.
Come on, at least kill so. At least
Truly
try
live
to.
the irony.
At least try to block. Do some stuff.
It's wood elves. You'd be lucky if they used harsh language on the Underwhelm, let alone hit any of them. Plus, it's, people talk about if you can be a shitter and just get a decent bash team, a decent run and qualify to the chalice. Explain to me how these wood elves have got there, because they must have played better than they did in this game. I think it's chalice nerves.
Yeah, I haven't seen him play, so I don't really know.
No, I mean, I've seen him in chat, and he seems a nice enough chap. And I mean, well done for getting there. You know, it's a good elf team. I think, sadly, today occasionally used suboptimally. Both not as rowdy as I'd like to have seen it, and then inappropriately rowdy, picking just not great attacking lines at times. And I know he was always short elves, but that's elves. That's the life of elves.
After I'm done, please. What? Yeah, come on, kill the two heads.
You know, whenever I was asked, so if you're playing, how many elves are still dangerous? I say, well, that many. Well, there's still an S. They're dangerous. Elf, I'm less worried about. Elves are dangerous.
Yeah. And of course, there's also, you haven't actually... Yeah, that's another question. Why he's actually getting to hit a good thrower? It's a very good question. That is a very good question. And why
I'm going to say, because if not, you'd have to put a goblin on the line, and perhaps he hasn't turned dodges off. Or perhaps he's afeared that will lead to more 3-die blocks.
Why are we not re-rolling that block just for fun and giggles?
Yeah, it's...
Reroll!
I sense they're about as interested in this game as I've been.
Yeah, but I don't know why well players is actually... It's a good thrower. It's extra arms to it. That'd be pretty annoying losing that turn 16 for a point on a pointless blitz you didn't have to take.
Well, they've both still got apothecaries, so I guess it doesn't matter. Although neither have any plans to use apothecaries in any way to try and affect the game. So...
The guard
Why
goblin
they've
got
got
in.
them is open to question, isn't it?
So one of the goblins...
Really, as the Wood Elf coach there was no time where you thought, perhaps I should apothecary that. Not once. That's bizarre, isn't it?
But yeah, it's also if one armor breaks for the Wood Elf. It's a bit bizarre.
Oh, and the guard goblin pops up onto 15 of 15. That's a shame. A little vanity cast there would have been very useful.
Of just scoring?
Yeah.
With one of those two goblins were the most obvious ones to score with.
Yeah, but I mean, you say obvious. Some people just like to, not take that 1 in 9 risk, and they like the look of 2-0. They think for some reason that's a better win than 1-0 when it
They're
just
wrong.
isn't. It's irrelevant. I know.
Especially because
that makes
1-0 is the most beautiful result.
But you're a humorless Eurobot. And so hence it's obvious that you're not going to have things like feelings and that numbers aren't going to be attractive to you and that the win is all that matters. But I mean, oddly, I agree, despite being a man of great empathy and taste. My feelings also are warmed by a 2-0 more than a 1-0, but ultimately it is the same result, particularly in a knockout competition.
Yeah, 10 attempts and armor breaks on Underworld, 1 armor break. It's pretty bad. Was it 11? Or was it 10? Did you say 44 for the Wood Elf? That's more like you, Mars. And it's a shockingly good armor for Underworld.
Hi, Capryon. I mean, we didn't feel so, to be honest. I didn't feel one had notably more good dice than the other. I thought you had slightly the better dice, perhaps, but not in a huge way.
It's definitely a bit the better block dice and the better armor breaks, since there was no armor breaks for the Wood Elf. But the Wood Elf is never going to rely on that. That's not the thing.
No, and the Wood Elves, I just didn't feel took good lines at times.
Yeah. The lonely potato against a wizard, and 2 throwers that could reach, and 2 goblins that could reach seemed a bit optimistic.
Yeah, where optimistic is doing the work of terrible. Yeah, it was terrible. It wasn't a good plan. And particularly as that one had sidestep, didn't it? It turned out in the end, once my eyesight cleared up. So it could have been right on the sideline, which would have put it just that tiny bit further away from the throwers. So even done badly, it was done badly. And that said, I thought Capryon did mostly a very good job. Took advantage of what was in front of him and took mostly the right lines. There were a couple of times I questioned. I mean, I thought your stalling at the end was in not a place I would have chosen to stall. You had the moves and things to get right the way away from the Elves. I know it wasn't dangerous and you were still 1-0 up and there was nothing they could really do, but it just seemed a lapse from effective play into sort of a slightly more casual feel. But then by then I felt he'd given up.
Yeah, the last couple of turns just leaving random chances. I think chain pushing into having to 3+, 2+ to avoid a go for it is maybe not great either.
Yeah, did you see that if he didn't choose to sidestep, it was going to put you in a worse position? Or did you assume he was going to sidestep?
You could just have pushed, not chain pushed yourself, you can just have pushed the guy behind you, and it would still be 2+. Yeah, you didn't think
GunnerTwoThree, I'm going to be 100% honest. If you watch the VOD back at any time, you'll find I am quite critical at moments. I thought it was a nice run you had. You'd built a nice team. It could have used a couple more games, really, just to fill it out a tiny bit more. And I thought your coaching, it wasn't ideal, mate, in places. I thought you perhaps were a tiny bit overawed by being there. And I'm sure next time if you come back, you'll find slightly better lines for your Wood Elf assaults. I think there were times you could have been a tiny bit braver, rolled another 2+ or 3+, and then been in a much better position for when you did storm into cages. But I think you did your best. I know you got down Elves early, and I'm sure that was weighing down on you. but there were better lines to be found. That said, you had the tougher dice, and that's definitely true. You know, go to bed tonight knowing that you did your best to fight the dice and a talented opponent, and it just didn't work out, and that's Blood Bowl. Capryon, I thought your Underworld play. I mean, it's not a race I should claim any knowledge of, as everyone knows. I only really know dwarves. I thought it was very good. I thought you used Skitter mostly quite effectively as a long-distance threat to things, which forced action and forced the ball to move forwards at a time you wanted it to, which Core saw closer than I did and better than I did. You used the stab when you could reasonably effectively. I thought you got up into their face fairly well with what you had. I think we both felt you could really have used another guard somewhere on the team.
Yeah, especially in this matchup, it seemed like the way you play, you have been better off with a guard tentacles or guards stand firm troll than actually a block claw troll.
Yeah, the block claw troll. I mean, he was a beautiful study in how a minimalist use of big guys. You know, he was occasionally in good positions and holding play up, but he did absolutely nothing that game. And I'm a fan of that. If it's in the right place, you shouldn't be activating a big guy. But then why have you built one with claw and block if it's not going to do a lot of hitting?
I guess it's for the best thinking best matchup, not Woodolf matchup. But even there, I
Yeah.
do think he's potentially better as just.
Well, that's because it's an area you and I agree on, is that we're not hugely into skilled big guys. We think that the variance on them is so high that it's a lot of input, a lot of TV gambled on something you can't rely on using effectively.
But to be fair, of the games we casted, it might still even have been one of the better ones from this round.
I didn't mind a lot of the coaching. I
Yeah.
did think GunnerTwoThree at times, yeah, I could tell that you were starting to check out at the start of the second half and then again at the end of the second half. When you checked back in midway through the second half, GunnerTwoThree, actually your play, you know, there was a couple of turns notably you caused some threat and you got Capryon really thinking and responding better again. But it was tricky. I mean, you were up against up behind the 8-ball for the entire of the game. But then that's a position as well, Elves, you should be used to being in. Dude, I'm not saying you're the worst. Anyone that's got to the Chalice is clearly capable of coaching some decent BB. That doesn't happen by accident. No matter what people think of the quality of the ladder, if you've triumphed enough to get a team into the Chalice, you've earned that spot. And